Hey guys, David here, and I know you were just watching Danganronpa, and I have to explain something before we go on to the next video. I did a dumb thing. I was going through my hard drive, deleting old files, making room for new recordings, and I accidentally deleted a file for Danganronpa I wasn't quite done editing yet. And I completely deleted it. I had removed it from the recycle bin before I even knew what I had done. So fortunately, it's not as bad as it could be. I only deleted about 10 minutes worth of footage that I hadn't put together yet. Unfortunately, those were the last 10 minutes of the investigation that you were just watching a second. So we're going to pick up with the trial, but I checked, and everything that we would have learned during that part of the investigation comes out in the trial anyway. I am really sorry. I know that's frustrating, and it's just a dumb mistake on my part.
And so we find ourselves before this door once again. Maybe you've noticed the sound quality just improved. I don't know why, but the last, couple episodes, that whole recording file recorded on the wrong microphone. And it was like a 3.5-hour recording session, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that all again. But maybe you didn't notice. I don't know. I'm rambling. Anyway, Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery! What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body, XD! This is just plain creepy.
Well?
How about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put a sad face in, it looks super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? Crying face? Oh, he's right. That does make it seem sad.
I can't wait.
Now then, please get on the elevator. Whatever that is. I'll see you all down there, cheerleader emoji. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What the
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet someone killed her. And that person is here? That person is one of us? One of us. One of us. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator, but with each step I took, it felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower. And as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Welcome to ancient Egypt. Huh, just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few! You must be so lonely. Well, you say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. And find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly... Oh my gosh, you do this every time. This is what I dread about these trials. A deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial! Alright. Now, set skills. Let's get this set up. 14 of 19 used. Envious influence. Increases the influence gauge by 5. Effective during the class trial. Okay. Cool and composed. Costs 2. Steadies your aim a little. Effective during non-stop debate. And Hangman's Gambit. Okay, that might be a useful one. Is there any of these that we don't use? Concentration and fever time. No, I use fever time. That's helpful. That's helpful. Lock onto 2 statements at once. Effective during the bullet time battle. Oh, some of these are really good. Alright. Now I actually have to make a decision. Focus gauge decreases more slowly during concentration and fever time. Effective during non-stop debate. That costs 5. And then I could get ambidextrousness. Because, see, I don't... Fever time is kind of... It's going to be awesome no matter what. And then cool and composed costs 2. And that gets me all the skills except for the really expensive one. Let's try going into it with this. It's probably not going to matter that much. Class trial, all rise!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
In case you weren't paying
Your
attention the
votes
last
will
4 times we
determine
did
the
this.
results.
Wait, 3 times we did this? 3 times we did this! This is the 4th.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment.
Clearly I wasn't paying attention.
But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Here we go. Make your argument. I forget what all of their accounts said. Hang on. We gotta find this out. Hang on. What did they say? Aoi said that she gave out notes to all of them. Byakuya said he got the note, but also claimed he didn't go to see her. Toko said she got the note, and also claimed she never went to see her.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what
Let's
reason
see.
do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
No. We have that. Break.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
I love how the side portrait's like, ha! Except it's like rotating or vibrating, I mean. And then the actual portrait's really angry and ecstatic. I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Does that mean one of them did it? Well, it would seem logical since there's only like 6 people here. But you never know. The first hunch you guys have is usually wrong. Alright.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
No, I can't get to it fast enough. There we go.
What's wrong? Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
He killed her for her candy!
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I've totally monopolized that entire box of candy.
Candy and the donuts. How are you eating all of this?
So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura have only gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is, Sakura loved the candy too much to share. Sakura loved candy more than life. No, wait a minute. I thought that meant Hiro. Or Hina.
Shoot!
I think I made a mistake. Why couldn't he have gotten it? Alright, when Sakura got the candy. Okay. I thought this was saying Hina, and I was like, he wouldn't have gotten it because Hina hoarded all the candy. But I didn't read.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it. I mean, what I meant was...
This guy crumbles so quickly.
Oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
Well, we just talked. That's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You are hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Shining message. What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold
And...
on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's an obvious problem with what Hiro said before. But we gotta do a bullet thing. I don't remember what it's actually called, but I just think of it as the bullet thing. Status of Sakura's body. Maybe?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Let's wait.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Alright, we gotta figure this out here, because I think we have to pull one of those. Because none of these three contradict any of
Exactly when I
those.
found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
I'm very
What's your
confused.
problem? What I said makes total sense.
He's saying he found it before. I know why it's wrong. I just can't figure out how to tell the game it's wrong. The dying message was on the magazine shelf.
And I can tell you when I found the dying
I'll try
message,
absorbing the
it
magazine
was only
shelf.
after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final
And then maybe
words.
fire it at...
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Maybe fire that at the beginning sentence that he
I can tell
says.
you exactly what I found.
Because it was still on the magazine shelf.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oops. Oh, come on. Come on! Ah!
I can tell you when I found the dying message.
Fast
It
forward,
was only
please.
after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the
Do
magazine
that,
shelf.
and then we'll fast forward. No, fast forward. What's the button to do
When I
that?
pulled it out,
No!
I saw her final
Oh,
words.
come on, I don't suck this bad normally.
What I said makes total sense.
I always forget the button to fast forward.
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's
We're just gonna do
And
this
I
very
can tell
quickly
you,
here.
It was only I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
We'll go through the chipmunkified versions of them.
I can tell you exactly.
Alright,
what
we're
I
gonna
found
try
in the
this.
dying message.
All of this, and it's still gonna be
When
wrong.
Ogre's body was discovered.
Okay. Ah! It worked! It was so much work.
When
Sometimes
Sakura's
the
body
logic
was
is a little
found,
bit tortured.
That magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby.
Because technically, the phrase "the magazine shelf" doesn't actually contradict when Ogre's body was discovered. You kind of have to guess what the game's logic is in putting those sentences together. And sometimes, I don't think it's all that obvious. Like, sometimes it's, you know, blindingly
That's what
obvious,
Kyoko
but sometimes
found
it's a little bit
after
less
we'd begun the investigation.
than apparent.
And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know
What?
who the killer is. Toko.
The Vienna sausage?
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
I don't... Maybe that makes more sense in Japanese.
He's just trying to confuse us.
actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
When have we ever established you as overly truthful? Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. And here's why. Oh, I have to fight him for it?
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
Oh, right, I have the
I'm
double
at least
thing. It's throwing me
30%
off.
Right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult
Put it in
is
fever
bullcrap.
time. It feels like cheating,
The end is nigh.
but it's like one of the easiest ways to get this through.
Show me
It
the
just seems a
proof.
little bit too easy.
This should prove it.
Once fever time's on, it just kind of like plays itself. You just press the buttons as fast as possible.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself.
With a Vienna sausage!
That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
This is when he, like, goes all Phoenix Wright on us, right? And explodes, rips his hair off or something.
Yeah.
No, never mind.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
He admits it.
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Oh, well, there we go. Case closed. Easy. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Ah, sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening.
You know, if movies have taught me anything, it's that hitting someone with a bottle isn't actually going to kill them. Although I could be wrong.
And she just...
Depends on how thick
went
the bottle
limp.
is, I guess.
I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
Why does everyone keep bringing up food? First Toko, now you.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
Both of those things would result in his death.
We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain.
Yeah, the internal bleeding. You don't get that from being hit in the
And
head.
until we figure that
Usually.
part out, we can't consider
Requires
the case
organ
closed.
damage. So, what is it about Hiro that didn't make sense? Why didn't you use Sakura's finger? Oh yeah, why the magazine was hidden.
I got it!
That and the internal bleeding.
Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message? Then stick it somewhere we might not find it.
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
And who has a motive to hide the magazine?
I don't see any reason he would lie
Contestant
now,
number
after
2
already
on
confessing to
Kill
the
or
crime.
No Kill.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like who had been written. Toko, thank you.
It
Obvious
had to be
points.
Toko, right?
It must have been Byakuya.
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
All of us that don't want to die ask you.
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
Yeah, the vomiting blood thing.
What do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of this case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that.
Lots of things. Status of Kakura's body is what we'll start with here.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind.
Don't know
And
that.
you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious?
Okay, let me double check the Monokuma file. Strong blow to the head, no other injuries, and yes, violent
Hiro really is the
vomiting of blood. So I'm gonna try and contradict I only hit her once with the
I
Monokuma
didn't
file.
want to, but I did it.
Unless status of Sakura's body says something different. Let's check. Oh, see? Two different things. I'm gonna try her body
From the
first.
shelf nearby.
Oh wait, what's Kyoko's summary? 2 blows to the head. Yeah, there we go. That's the ticker.
Before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that
Come
right?
on!
Yeah, just once.
Kapow! Gotcha!
No, it's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Does this mean Monokuma lied in the Monokuma file or just didn't notice? I'm sure he would have noticed because he got the cameras.
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
The ultimate mortician!
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
Because there's 2 missing spaces?
Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
Because we all have eyes, Toko!
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The correlation between the Monokuma bottles. I feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be... Oh, we gotta do one of these. Alright, let's play Hangman. Give me a C! Give me an E! And continue. Wow, it just like gave me all the letters right in a row there.
Now I understand. That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
You know, it's easier to say we weighed the bottles and there were 2 bottles worth of weight in the trash on the floor. Because technically, the fact that there are chess pieces inside of each of them and that there's a chess piece we haven't found doesn't actually mean... Like, it doesn't actually prove this because there could have been a duplicate, like there's more than 1 pawn in the game. You know, it doesn't actually definitively prove that.
I definitely remember seeing each
It only
of those.
proves it if you assume that they are thematic. And that each one
The
represented
piece that
one of the
was
types.
inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
Not the way I play.
What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Like, it's a good inference, but to say this proves it, I think is stretching it. That's the kind of assumption they teach you not to make when you're a detective.
Yeah, shogi is way better.
What?
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing was broken! I was excited.
The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves it is... where's our experiment? The Monokuma bottle experiment!
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Ta-da!
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by some bowling aficionados! No, Sakura's second attacker!
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Dun dun dun!
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait, I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Jumping to conclusions has never hurt us before!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
I like him. He's too stupid to be a threat.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
You know, Byakuya is a complete ass, but I love that he's just as annoyed as I am when these characters forget important information.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
Toko, where the heck did you disappear to.
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
Oh, no, it's not ridiculous at all. There's definitely proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. A new element has been added to bullet time battle. Sure, what's new this time? So far, you've probably been pressing the triangle button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. Coup de grace. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the L1 button. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, whatever. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend that you set it to mean, which I did. Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you! What? Thank you? This breaks the fourth wall to tell me I'm halfway through this video game? Well then, good luck, and have fun! That was one of the weirdest things that's happened so far. Alright, let's just, put the kibosh on her.
It's a lie. I admit nothing.
Yeah, the double bullets thing is really nice. So I can save up a bunch. And, use a bunch of these to reload.
I admit nothing. I curse you.
I curse you with the Black Death!
It's a lie. That's enough. It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No. That's enough. I admit nothing.
Aha! Final strike.
That's
What?
enough.
The locker handprint! Quickly! Quickly, fire it!
Should prove it.
Ha! I blew the snot out of her nose!
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
3 times!
Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
It doesn't.
Okay then.
Yeah, because
Let's
most people
compare
don't know
yours,
exactly what their
shall we?
handprint looks like.
That'll clear everything up. Right?
Wait. How are we comparing it? It's in the rec room. Did we bring the locker with us to present this evidence?
Stop.
Are we taking
wasting my
pictures?
time.
Like, what?
Just tell us the truth.
Okay.
What are the logistics?
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura. No, I swear, there's no way.
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Okay.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
That was a pretty crappy thing to do there, Hiro.
Wow, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker
Boo!
and put the magazine back on the shelf.
Why not just take it with you and burn it or something if you're taking all the glass with you anyway?
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
Yeah, because she's kind of an idiot.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Why does it seem like the further with this game we get, the more Byakuya seems to be reflecting my attitude?
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura covered in blood.
Is this a
dream? Right at
Is
me.
this just fantasy?
When I saw that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazine. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? You mean... Oh.
Guess who's back?
Haha, yes!
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories.
That's convenient.
So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see...
Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality.
And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible.
She's a serial killer. You're not gonna shame her.
No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
Oh, what a shame. I'm completely broken up
And
for
when
you.
it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
So here we have actionable evidence that Genocide Jack is easily and provably smarter than Toko.
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
We've still got you as an accessory. So that's good. Keep talking like that, and Hina's gonna...
Well, then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong?
No, she's just jumping the gun as
Come on,
usual.
everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, we're not ready. She still has internal bleeding to
Not
explain.
quite yet.
Thank you, Byakuya. Why? Why am I'm getting worried that I'm agreeing with Byakuya all the time now. Am I a jerk?
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
That was my attack. It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... status of Sakura's body again, because if she was hit in the head over there, it doesn't explain the stupid internal bleeding.
I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
Wait a
You
minute.
were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
That's the problem! She was in a chair!
No, that's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
Yeah, well, keep your snark to yourself, Byakuya, because I'm still harping about this internal bleeding.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
This has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. The blood that I can't find. Where's the blood? There! That blood!
I got it!
The blood that was in front of the
Sakura
magazine!
was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stained by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors!
But you literally hoist people up to impale them on your scissors! That's your MO! Why is there a menorah behind her? This is Egypt!
There's no way I could move
I mean,
Wrestle down
Egyptian.
heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because we saw the locker was open. We've already discussed this.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Tina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How did you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
You know, I think that she's a horrifying serial killer, but that isn't a damn adorable face.
You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it...
Is her name Genocide Jill or Genocide Jack? Even the captions can't make up their mind when you're talking to her, because sometimes it says Genocide Jack, and sometimes it says Genocide Jill. Are there 3 personalities?
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's... Dun, 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 dun. Monokuma file number 4 or the yellow powder, but it's already on Monokuma file number 4, so I'm gonna leave it
Was it
check.
from Genocide Jill's attack?
We know that.
And what was it?
The vomiting blood!
Pause.
I've been saying that all day!
I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
The blood!